Oh my God, I know who that is. Oh my Lord, let me get my keys. Oh, you look so handsome. You look just like your dad. There he is.
Hey, Ange, how
My
are you?
guy, Mr. President. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. It's such an honor for one to have you come to this neighborhood. And as we walk up to Mrs. Curtis's home, I'll tell you a little bit of history about this neighborhood.
Great.
So the historic West End kind of predates the establishment of Atlanta. It goes all the way back to 1865, and it was established by a slave owner by the name of Charles Humphreys, and it was called Wild Hill Tavern. So by 1941, after the Civil Rights Act, a lot of black people started migrating to this area. Miss Donna Curtis has been over here for almost 50 years, and she's a little lady that cooks out of her kitchen every single weekend and feeds the homeless in this community. So she also has been a nurse for about 40 years, and in that time, she said one of the most heartbreaking things for her was to work as a nurse during COVID. And I think you and I know why. So she's very fond of your work. She was surprised when I told her that you were running for president, and she doesn't know you're coming today. So we're gonna go knock on her door and see what type of reaction we get. But if it's a bad one, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll pop them in a lip, okay?
She's going to be disappointed because she's going to think she won the lottery when she sees all these.
Winning the lottery would be nice, I think. So we're here. Hi. Hey, Miss Curtis.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I came to see you. I know you
Oh.
knew I was coming. I got some company with me.
I see.
Look.
Oh my God, I know who that is. Oh my Lord, let me get my keys. Oh, you look so handsome. You look just like your dad.
Oh my God.
Oh, you look beautiful. I
Well,
love
thank
your hat.
you. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's cold out today. I had ran to the farmer's market, and then I was saying, I said, put my hat on. Hi. Oh my God. Hi. Nice to meet
You're
you.
on candid camera.
I know. I'm on like a bunch of candid cameras here.
I told them you were going to think you won the lottery and then be really disappointed when it was just me.
I know. Well, it's still okay. The lottery would be good, but it's still okay. You guys want to come in? Are you okay out there?
Are we welcome to come in? You got room for all of us?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
We've got a
Come
few
on.
minutes, I guess.
What started you? What started you feeding the homeless?
What started feeding the homeless, like, because I'm 70, so I come from an area where you don't like waste food. Okay, so my
You and I are
grandma.
the same age.
Yeah, so like, I mean, my grandmother, she didn't throw away bread. Bread was turned into bread pudding. Rice was turned into rice pudding. So those kinds of things, And so we grew up, probably what was we were poor, but then when you're small, you don't know you're poor. You know what I'm saying? And so, it wasn't until I became an adult that I began to realize, like, wow, we were really poor. But basically, I just started, when you have extra food, and I'm thinking, like, well, I can't throw this away. Let me just go somewhere and just, find it, give it to the homeless people. And then it just sort of kind of, went from there, and it just became something that I like to do. So, and they
And
be happy.
how often do you do it?
I do it with the 8 people rotation. I think I probably do it maybe like maybe once a month for myself for my we do it every Sunday, but for me for my rotation, and then sometimes somebody maybe can't cook and you volunteer or something like that. But pretty much, well, we've been doing this for about 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years.
So somebody's down there every weekend.
Oh yeah, every week. Yeah, every single Sunday. Every single Sunday. And then, the thing of it is, you just, you don't expect anything from them. You just give them the food, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. You're not there to preach to them or, none of that kind of stuff. You're just there to feed them. So.
And have you had any kind of unusual or interesting things happen when you were?
Well, we did. One time we actually was able to save up enough money to rent one of those little trailers that you shower. So I think maybe it was like 3 weeks ago. We actually had a clothing drive, had collecting clothing, and it was an in and out where they could go in there and shower. And then, we gave them a new set of clothes. I mean, all the way down to the tennis shoes. I mean, they were looking good, in my opinion. I mean, kind of like hip hop, you know what I'm saying? The jacket and the shirts were matching, the shoes and all of that. And so they were allowed to shower. We had one part for the women and one part for the men. And so we thought that was pretty good. So, we're hoping that we can try to do that again.
And is it at a shelter or
No,
no?
it's not. It's not at a shelter. We just up in the West End at our mosque, because I'm Muslim. Okay, we're at our mosque, and so we do it up there. And it's a parking lot.
Park too, in
it's
Central
a
Park.
parking lot right there in Central Park. Yeah, we go. Central Park is perfect. I mean, we know all the places to go. Where they kind of gather, and you can just like downtown, across from the courthouse. They be down there. So it's kind of like where they are. You just go there and what I would love to do, and one day I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to try to collect enough blankets, but then by the time I get, so just in the when it's cold, just give them blankets and stuff like that. So it's you only like one person or one small group of people, but you make a difference. You feel like you're doing your part.
You have like regulars who you see every time you go down there?
No, not really. I don't, you don't, as a woman, I don't try to get as engaged with them, because a lot of times many of them have mental health issues. They may not necessarily be, on their meds, and, so, sometimes they can get triggered or something like that. So for the most part, I just, I take the food and I just kind of stand back and let the men just kind of like serve, and stuff like that. I put it on every resume. Then when I fill out a resume, they get to that community service part, I think like, yes, I got this.
We're just so grateful for you in our community, as they call you, Mrs. One Stop Shop.
Yeah,
she's been around for so long, not only just taking care of her children, taking care of other children in the community. I was just so grateful for you even stepping out during COVID and feeding the homeless when a lot of people didn't even want to go outside. You took up that responsibility, and I even served plates with you. So
and I
very grateful to be here.
Yeah,
and very grateful to bring Mr. Kennedy. No, I'm sorry, Mr. President. This is the next president of the United States of America.
Exactly.
Yes, and I wanted him to hear from us.
Oh, okay, good. So you just combing the community, huh?
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
can't come to the West End without stopping by to see Miss One Stop Shop.
I've been in the West End a long time.
I told him.
I've been in Atlanta since '85, and I've always lived in the West End.
Yeah.
I wasn't that happy that I was pushed this a little further back this way, because I really like up in the actual West End area. But for the most part, I've been in this community since I moved here.
Yep. That's why it was important for me to bring him by to see you.
I cannot believe this.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Curtis. Can we take a picture together?
Sure, no problem at
You
all.
have a camera?